welcome back to Green-Eyed Starlet. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Brandy and I'm working to live a life worth living through art, movement, and exploration. So just a fair warning, this video is going to be all over the place. It had one linear path that it was originally created upon, but with the state of the world and the state of my heart, it's just gonna be a little all over the place. So I apologize for that, but it is what it is, I guess. This video was originally going to be about basically the economy reopening and everybody starting to have to go back to work. If you didn't know, I live in America. More importantly, I live in Florida, and we are currently pulling back all of the stay-at-home orders that were in place for the last about 2.5 months for me at this point. I officially have to go back to work tomorrow, actually. I could have denied the shift, but it's kind of hard in the, economic state that we're all in right now. It's kind of hard to deny a shift being given directly to me, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, that's what this video was originally going to be about. It's okay if you're scared to go back to work right now. It is okay if you're conflicted about the reopenings of everything. I know some of my friends that may be watching this are living in completely different states and cities that are keeping their stay-at-home orders in effect for the next 1 to 2 to 3 more months. We'll see if that actually happens or if they get kind of peer pressured into reopening, so we'll see how that happens. But yeah, and that is honestly going to be the main bulk of this video because I don't want to get too involved in another discussion and not give it its proper time or attention. But I also want you to know that I really didn't want to make this video at all. Like, not this video specifically, but I just didn't want to make a video today, and I was actually going to film this yesterday, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. I have basically spent the last 24 to 48 hours off and on crying. Basically my heart is breaking for the world and humanity right now, and if you understand, then you understand. I feel like, sorry, this is a little hard. I was actually talking to my boyfriend Ben yesterday about not knowing if I was actually going to be posting a video today because I felt burnt out, and not burnt out from actually making videos or making content, but just burnt out from the world and the overwhelming sense of just sadness that I feel. I personally identify as an empath, which if you believe in it, that's great. If you don't, that's also completely fine. And normally I take on a lot of the emotions of the people around me, so if I'm in large groups of people, sometimes I can get very anxious. But I feel like with everything that's happening in the world, not just one city, but everywhere in the world right now, the collective consciousness, the collective feelings of the world right now are not vibrating at the highest frequencies, if you will, and thus I kind of have been just overwhelmed by just the sense of sadness around me. So yeah, I like I said, I know this video is going to be all over the place, so please stick with me. If this is the first video you're ever seeing from me, I promise this is not always the mood of my videos. Please, please, please definitely go check out some of my more upbeat videos where I talk a little bit faster and say things that not even I completely understand. But this is an important video to make, for sure. Like I said, I'm not going to go into any specifics of the conflicts happening in the world right now because I don't think it's my place completely. I will say that I do not stand for it. I will not stand for it, and I want to do everything in my power to bring peace back to humanity, because at the end of the day, we are all the same. We all come from the same place. Wherever you believe that is completely fine. I'm not coming for anybody's beliefs or anything, but humans are humans. We are all the same in that way. Sorry. Like I said, I've been off and on crying for like the last 2 days. So I guess this is kind of expected. The last thing I really want to say about this is that to all of my friends, all of the people watching this video or ever will see this video or that I ever meet that are people of color, please know that I see you, I hear you, I stand with you, and I am willing to support you through whatever you need. I'm here to help, and sometimes it feels like I can't do a lot, but whatever you need, I will be there. So yeah. I don't even know how to like transition this video because like there's no like linear line here at all, or no template even. I'm just kind of going with it, I guess. But coming back to everything reopening, the world reopening, it seems really unfortunate and scary that, you know, we are battling a plague, a literal plague, and that is not the most unfortunate thing that we're facing right now. And that's not to downplay one over the other or anything like that, but I feel like we as a humankind are facing a lot of sadness and a lot of stress and fear right now. And even myself, I don't want to say scared, because I know fear is something that we need to survive as humans. It's like something that, you know, evolution has given us to help protect us. When we feel scared, we go into fight or flight mode and stuff like that. So I know that fear is an important part of ourselves, but at the same time, I never want to give in to fear, you know what I mean? I never want fear to be something that guides me, but I do feel apprehensive or anxious about everything that's happening, but especially the reopenings of everything. And it's weird, it's crazy, especially like I said, in America, everything's just completely just effed, because like some people are making more money right now being unemployed than they would if they had been working through all of this. And like to me, I'm like, well, that's good that you're getting more money, but like what incentive do we have to go back to work if we are making more money right now? And then there are people who have been putting their lives on the line every single day throughout this whole thing. They haven't been quarantined, they haven't been, you know, unemployed, they've been going to work, putting their lives on the line every single day and still making just above minimum wage. I think it's ridiculous, and I think that it's fair for a lot of us to be scared, like, is this truly over? And if someone has stumbled upon this video and you think that this is all a hoax, that's great for you. Please know that that is not my belief. I believe that we should be taking this more seriously, and I don't think that money should be the first thing on our minds in any situation that we've kind of talked about today. Just to be fair here, we should be more concerned with humanity and human lives than anything else, whether that be politics or money or power or anything. We should be more concerned with the humanity and each other, just to be clear. That is truly my opinion here. And I feel bad because when I was thinking of this video, because I feel the same way, I'm worried about going back to work. I'm worried about, you know, leaving technically the safety of my house and being put in situations. One of my jobs, I come in contact with a lot of people during that job, and we're all touching the same items. And so that is a valid, you know, fear, you know, getting sick, or, you know, if I get the sickness on me and then I come home and give it to my boyfriend, or when he goes off and gives it to someone else, it's that fear right there. And I felt bad when I was thinking up this video, because at the end of the day, I don't have an answer for you completely on like, what can we do if we feel scared to go back to work, or if we feel scared about the state of the world at all, or, you know, anything that's going on, because I do think that this really applies to everything. But when I was talking to Ben yesterday about not wanting to post this video or not wanting to make a video, and I was just kind of crying off and on all day, like I would be sitting on the couch and be doing something and then I just start crying. He said to me, you know, like everything that's happening right now is horrible and, you know, weighs really heavy on our hearts and our minds, but at the end of the day, we can only do what we can do. And I think that's kind of the answer to all of this. I mean, it's not the easiest, you know, like straightforward answer of like, oh, if you do this, then everything will be better and you'll be cured of your anxiety, the world will be fixed, or anything like that. It's not, you know, just do what you can do is very abstract and is going to be different for each and every single one of us. But I think that's something that at the end of the day is so important to remember. For any situation that you face in your life, there are going to be things that happen to you, around you, in front of you. I don't even know how to explain this, but there are going to be things in the world that happen that you cannot control. You in no way could have possibly ever, you know, predicted or controlled or stopped or changed certain things from happening in your life and in the world. But what you can do is a very large list of things that can both affect your life, can affect other people's lives, and can affect the world. And so I think if we sit back and go, okay, like I'm not doing enough for the world, sit back and go, what can I control? You know, when it comes to going back to work, if you are nervous, if you're anxious to go back to work, what are things that I can control? What are things that I can do to make sure that I am being the safest and putting myself first in every situation. Things like wearing your mask and maybe wearing gloves, having hand sanitizer on you, constantly washing your hands whenever you get the chance to, things like that. Trying to maintain distance between other people, even if they're not focused on that, you know, you can consciously be like, okay, that person is getting a little closer, I'm just gonna take a step back a little bit. Things like that. Those are things that we can control in that situation where we can't control that we are being forced back to work or we lose our jobs kind of thing. And, you know, that sucks. And I don't think it's completely fair. And, you know, some companies I have heard, you know, if you feel unsafe or if you are not sure yet if you want to go back to work, you can talk to a manager or HR and be like, listen, I don't feel safe, especially if you have any pre-existing conditions or if you have some reason, you know, someone in your household may have some pre-existing conditions and you don't want to put them at risk. Talk to people, you know, it never hurts to ask, in my opinion. But yeah, obviously we cannot control. I'd say probably 85% of the things in this world we don't have control over, but we have 100% control over the things that we decide to do. You know, at the end of the day, we can decide not to go back to work. We can decide to quit that job, and it might be hard. It might not be the right move for us, but like, we have those options. We have the choice to stand up and speak out about injustice and, you know, things that we feel are wrong. So while I really wish that I had an answer for you guys, that I had, you know, this magical cure to everything that's happening right now, to your anxiety, to your fears, I just truly wish I could just, you know, wave a wand and go bippity boppity boo, you're fixed and the world is fixed. I wish I could do that. But obviously that is not something that I can control. And so I have to sit back and try to control what I can. And, you know, hopefully making this video might help just a little bit. Maybe any of the videos that I've made can help just a little bit. You know, speaking up, posting and sharing resources for everything, you know, whether that be how to stay safe or how to make a difference. I think it is important to remember that we're in this together and to hopefully be able to rely upon maybe our coworkers and our friends and our family and our communities to do what they can do their part to try and make sure that we are staying safe as much as possible and making sure that we're supporting each other as much as possible. Because at the end of the day, this world doesn't need more money. We need more love. We need more compassion. We need more empathy. So if you can be a part of that, if you can bring a little bit more love and compassion into this world, maybe you personally will be that tipping point to send us over the edge of love and compassion. Do I think we're close to that yet? No. But I think it's worth the time and the effort, and maybe one day, hopefully one day very soon, we can all feel, you know, comfortable and safe to go to work, to go outside, to do things and be with humans and not be scared of anything. I don't really know what much to say else. These were, you know, real thoughts from my brain. Like I said, I didn't even outline this video at all. I really appreciate you guys watching till the end of this and giving me your support and everything. Hopefully next week's video will be a little bit more upbeat or about something a little bit more about personal growth or something like that. Know that if I'm not making content specifically about the problems in this world, it's not because I don't care. And if you see some of my other social media, you might see that, you know, I am posting about that. But when it comes to my YouTube, I really want to make content that helps you guys on a personal level, helps you guys, you know, find out more about yourself or about the world. And truly, I want it to be more of a positive place for you to turn to when the outside world doesn't seem so positive. So I hope that comes across. It's never me turning a blind eye. I really do spend a lot of time thinking about the world and humanity, and maybe to a fault, because it weighs on my heart very, very much. But yeah, I love you guys, and I want to create something where you can find a little bit of happiness every single time you watch one of my videos. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or if you just want to chit chat, feel free to leave me a comment down below. We can have a little conversation down there. You know, maybe leave me something positive that's happened in your life in the last, you know, few days, because that would be something nice to see. I will say that it hurts so much that like I don't even want to get on Facebook because of everything that is happening and all the posts that I'm seeing. Like, it's so necessary to be sharing this information and posting this information, but at a certain point my little heart just can't take it and it just becomes so overwhelming. So if you leave me a comment with something positive, something happy that's happened in your life, I would absolutely love that. We'll send dog pictures back and forth. If only we could post pictures in the comments. Well, actually, that could lead very badly, very quickly. Okay, don't mind me. Basically, I think the best way to close out this video is to kind of close it out the same way that I close out all of my yoga classes, and that is that I truly see, honor, respect, and love each and every single one of you watching this video. Until we meet again, namaste, blessed be, love to all, whatever you want. I love you guys so incredibly much. I hope you have a great day, a great week, and I will see you when I see you. Okay guys, bye!